Rafi and Lucky Part 2. The storm and the light in a bustling city, where towering buildings cast long shadows. There was a small alley that had undergone a magical transformation. Once gray and forgotten, it now bursts with vibrant colors and joyful images. This was the work of Rafi, a young boy with a heart full of dreams and a faithful companion named Lucky. Rafi's eyes sparkled with pride as he looked at the walls he had painted. Bright suns, towering flowers, and laughing children danced across the bricks. Rainbows arched over scenes of hope and wonder. Passers-by couldn't help but smile, their faces lighting up as they entered this world of imagination. "Look at that boy," they'd whisper in awe. "He's not just a street kid, he's an artist." And his dog, always right there beside him. What a pair they make. For the first time in his young life, Rafi felt truly seen. He wasn't invisible anymore. He was the boy who painted dreams, who brought color to a gray world. And Lucky? Lucky was so much more than just a dog. He was Rafi's helper, his protector, his brother, his family. But life has a way of testing even the strongest bonds. One evening, as Rafi put the finishing touches on an enormous rainbow, the sky began to change. Dark clouds rolled in, heavy and ominous. The air grew thick and still. Suddenly, a gust of wind tore through the alley, scattering leaves and dust. Lucky's ears perked up, and he let out an uneasy bark. Rafi looked up, his big eyes widening with worry. "A storm is coming, Lucky," he murmured, his voice small against the growing rumble of thunder. The first raindrops fell like tiny daggers from the sky. Then, without warning, the heavens opened up. Rain poured down in sheets, drenching everything. In seconds, thunder boomed overhead, shaking the ground beneath their feet. Lightning cracked across the sky, illuminating the alley in brief, terrifying flashes. Rafi grabbed their thin, worn blanket and huddled with Lucky under a broken tin overhang. The dog pressed close, his warm body trembling against Rafi's chest. "Don't worry, boy," Rafi whispered, trying to sound brave, even as fear gripped his own heart. "I'll keep you safe." All through the long, dark night, the storm raged on. Wind howled through the narrow streets, and water rushed like angry rivers along the gutters. Their little corner offered little protection. Soon, Rafi and Lucky were soaked to the bone, the blanket clinging to them like a second, clammy skin. Lucky whimpered softly, and Rafi stroked his wet fur, offering what comfort he could. As dawn finally broke, the rain began to slow. The city air was heavy with the scent of wet earth, and something sadder dreams washed away. Rafi blinked away the last of his fitful sleep and looked up at the walls. His heart plummeted. The colors, the suns, the flowers and rainbows, all the wonderful drawings he and Lucky had worked on for weeks, they were gone, washed away into muddy streaks that ran down the bricks like tears. Rafi's eyes filled with water that had nothing to do with the rain. His voice cracked as he spoke. "All our work, Lucky, it's all gone." For a moment, that old feeling of invisibility crept back in. He was just a street boy again, with nothing to show for his dreams. But Lucky wasn't ready to give up. The scruffy dog wagged his tail gently and pressed his cold nose to Rafi's cheek. He let out a single, soft bark. In that sound, Rafi heard a message as clear as if Lucky could speak. "Dreams don't wash away. They live in you. We can start again." Rafi wrapped his arms around Lucky, burying his face in the dog's damp fur. His tears mingled with the rainwater still clinging to Lucky's coat. For a long while, they stayed like that, boy and dog against the world, finding strength in each other. Then, slowly, a memory stirred in Rafi's mind. He reached into his small bag, praying. It was still there. His fingers touched something familiar. The sketchbook. The kind teacher had given it to him weeks ago. Though the cover was damp, the pages inside were safe. Rafi opened it with trembling hands. There they were, his sons, his houses, the smiling faces he'd dreamed up. His visions hadn't vanished after all. A wobbly smile found its way to Rafi's lips. He wiped his eyes with the back of his hand and whispered, "You're right, Lucky. The rain can wash away walls, but not our hearts." That afternoon, as the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, Rafi picked up his crayons once more. Lucky splashed happily in the puddles beside him, barking encouragement. This time, Rafi's pictures seemed to glow even brighter than before. He drew children holding colorful umbrellas, jumping in puddles with glee. Flowers bloomed from cracks in the pavement, reaching towards a rainbow-streaked sky. And there, in the center of it all, stood a boy and his dog, small but undefeated, facing the world together. People began to stop and watch again. A shopkeeper, moved by the boy's unbreakable spirit, brought out an old stool so Rafi could reach higher on the wall. A neighbor appeared with a steaming bowl of soup and some crusty bread, insisting the artist and his assistant needed to keep up their strength. "Even the rain can't stop this boy," someone called out, and others nodded in agreement. The alley, which had seemed so broken that morning, now glowed with new life and possibility. As night fell and stars began to twinkle overhead, Rafi and Lucky curled up in their usual spot. Their blanket was still damp, but their hearts were warm with hope and the kindness they'd been shown. Rafi hugged Lucky close, his voice full of love as he whispered, "Storms may come, Lucky, but as long as we're together, we'll always find the light." Lucky responded by snuggling closer, his steady heartbeat a comfort against Rafi's chest. As sleep began to claim them both, Rafi's mind drifted to the new dreams they would paint tomorrow. And there, under the vast night sky, a boy and his dog reminded the world of an important truth. Even after the darkest storm, dreams can rise again stronger, brighter, and more beautiful than ever before. The next morning dawned clear and full of promise. Rafi woke early, eager to continue his work. As he and Lucky made their way down the alley, they noticed something different. People were gathered, pointing and talking excitedly. "What's going on?" Rafi wondered aloud. Lucky barked, tail wagging as if he already knew the answer. As they got closer, Rafi's eyes widened in disbelief. The walls of the alley were covered in drawings, but not just his own. Alongside his familiar style were new creations. Children had added their own colorful scribbles. An old man had sketched a beautiful tree. Someone had even painted a portrait of Rafi and Lucky working together. "We couldn't let your dream fade away," a woman explained, smiling warmly at the stunned boy. "So we all decided to help. This alley belongs to all of us now." Rafi felt tears prick his eyes, but this time they were tears of joy. He looked down at Lucky, who seemed to be grinning from ear to ear. "We did it, boy," he whispered. "We really did it." As the sun climbed higher, casting its warm light on the colorful walls, Rafi realized something important. The storm hadn't destroyed his dream. It had made it grow. What started as one boy's vision had become a community's shared masterpiece. With Lucky by his side and his trusty crayons in hand, Rafi set to work on a new section of wall. This time, he knew he wasn't alone. The alley had become more than just a place. It was a symbol of hope, resilience, and the power of coming together. And as Rafi drew, adding his own touch to the collective artwork, he understood that some dreams are too big for just one person. Sometimes it takes a whole community to make magic happen. The story of Rafi and Lucky, the boy who painted dreams, and the dog who never left his side would be told for years to come. It would remind people that even in the darkest times, a little color, a lot of love, and an unbreakable spirit can change the world. The end. Moral of part 2: life may bring storms that wash away what we've built, but true friendship, love, and courage can rebuild dreams even stronger. If you're loving what you're watching, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps us out. We'd love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and smash that subscribe button for more fun with Suka Shorts. You don't want to miss out on all the awesome fun we've got planned. Love you all.